You're listening to the Mississippi Outdoors Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Wyatt. When you hear the name Mississippi Mud Monster, you probably think of catfish. Well, pretty soon you're going to think of baseball. And one of the members of the new professional baseball franchise is here with us to talk baseball and hunting. He is Davis Bradshaw on the show.
Mississippi Outdoors is sponsored by Entergy Mississippi. Entergy is building a stronger and cleaner grid to power a brighter future and protect our great outdoors for generations to come.
You're listening to the Mississippi Outdoors Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Wyatt. A couple of things we love in Mississippi: baseball and the outdoors. And if that's you, you're in luck today. Davis Bradshaw knows a lot about all of that. Davis, welcome to the show.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so born and raised right in Florence, Mississippi.
Yes, sir.
Just down the road. And somewhere along the way, baseball became your thing. Like, where did it all start?
Absolutely. My dad got me into baseball when I was around 3, and we just kind of kept just grinding it out and everything like that. And then played a little summer ball. Summer ball was not for me. Summer ball, in my opinion, is kind of ruining the game a little bit, but if we go in more in detail, I'll let you know. Then ended up playing high school ball, and then it was about my junior year, I kind of figured, hey, I have a real shot at maybe doing something really special here. Yeah. So, and then it just kind of took off.
Yeah, so you and your dad were the videos we see now of the little bitty kid swinging the wiffle ball bat and hitting home runs in the backyard. That was you.
That was me. That was me in a nutshell.
So baseball all the while. You're in Florence, you go, through high school. We'll get to kind of that taking off. But at the same time, your other passion, apparently, growing up, is spending time in the woods.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Big hunting guy.
Dad was a part of introducing you to that also.
Unfortunately, when I was growing up, my dad didn't hunt really.
Is that right?
It was his brother, my uncle, who kind of taught me the ways and kind of got me into the outdoors and everything like that. And it kind of really took off because in a brief period of my time, I lived in Bentonia, Mississippi, down in Yazoo. Yeah. And so that's kind of where I did everything. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's a similar story to just about everybody that has sat in that chair. And we trace back the outdoor roots. Everybody's got somebody in their past who, as a little fella, a little person, they took you under their arm and said, hey, let me introduce you to this fishing or going hunting. And then, it's almost like you do that to a kid, you introduce, 9 times out of 10, they're going to fall in love with it. Sounds like that's what happened with you.
Most definitely. He definitely taught me the way. It was really fun, with him because he was younger than my dad. So he was kind of near about where I'm at because, my mom and dad had me when I was 17. So, I grew up basically in the same time frame. It was awesome for sure.
Yeah. Did you introduce your dad to hunting later on in life? You ever get him into it?
I tried to. We've been turkey hunting one time and it was too much walking. He said, I ain't doing all this walking. So I'm going to hang it up and let you have it. I said, all right, perfect.
But he's the baseball guy, right?
He's a baseball guy. He is a sports guy. Anything you want to know about sports, he's the guy to talk to.
Yeah. So for you, high school baseball at McLaurin High School, what was that experience like? Did it lead you to college? Was it straight into pro baseball? Like, what was your path?
A lot of people think that McLaurin led me to college, but it was actually my junior year going into my summer. There's a guy named Alvin Franklin. I'll never forget him because he helped me a lot. Alvin was putting together a summer team. And there was a boy in Raleigh, Mississippi named Shamar Page who got on the summer league team. And Alvin could not figure out who this kid, Davis Bradshaw from Star, Mississippi, Florence, Mississippi, whatever you want to call it, how you get in touch with him. For some reason, I was a ghost for a year. I don't know how. Yeah. And then Shamar, I played against Shamar. Alvin called Shamar, said, hey, I saw you played against him. Is there any way you can get in contact with him? Shamar said, yeah, he's a good buddy of mine. Get in contact. So we all got in contact and we all played summer ball together, and that's what kind of led up to it. Alvin kind of introduced me to these college scouts, eventually pro scouts, and it just kind of led in the right direction. That summer ball team in 2016 was a real fun team to play for.
So as the saying goes, it really is sometimes about who you know, not necessarily what you know. Right?
I live by that statement 1,000%.
Is that right? So it's true in the baseball world.
Absolutely. It's all about who you know. Yeah. If you don't know anybody, it's tough. Tough to get somewhere, anywhere. Everybody calls it daddy ball. Like, your dad knows somebody. And in reality, yes. I mean, it happens, but sometimes you got to take it with a grain of salt and just keep fighting.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting too, because I mean, you're a young guy. You still in your 20s?
I am 26.
I mean, you're a young guy. And so for us old folks, our impression of the sports world right now is that, well, we got the internet. So nobody is hidden. Like everybody is immediately discoverable, but that may not necessarily always be the case, I guess.
I wouldn't say so. It's just weird with technology. I mean, everything's right in front of your phone. I mean, we got our phones right here. It's crazy what technology is actually doing for this world.
Okay, so post high school, what was the next move for you in sports?
My family, we had a bunch of offers in JUCO, very little D1. I mean, you had Southeast Louisiana kind of in there, and Southern Miss was sneaking in there a little bit, but it was mainly just JUCO, the Pearl Rivers, the Jones, like that. Uh-huh. And when Meridian contacted me, they are the only coaches, to travel down to Florence and eat at a restaurant called El Cabrito. If you live in Florence, you know El Cabrito. That's where everybody goes. And that really stuck out to me. Like, these coaches want me so bad. So I ended up committing to them, had a good senior year, going to play for them in the fall of 2017, spring of 2018.
Okay.
And it just kind of led there. And Dylan Suddeth, big shout out to him. He helped me a lot, grew me a lot in baseball that I didn't know, really fed me on the little things, and it was very special.
Yeah. In high school and then at Meridian Community College. So you play fall ball, it's practice and scrimmages and fall ball. Your season is in the spring, right? And in high school and even in junior college, were you also playing summer baseball?
No. With my family, we never really played summer.
Okay.
It was just we did it when I was like 13, didn't really pan out. Dad didn't like it. Mom didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Okay.
Then we tried 2016. I was a little bit older. That really hit. But then, man, after that, when I was in college, it was just, I'm here in college and that's what I'm going to do. So that was it.
So, but with fall ball and then spring season, how do you find time to hunt and get in there, like fit it in, I guess?
Luckily, in fall, you have a brief period of time where you go home on Christmas break.
Okay. And
during that Christmas break, it was 2 weeks of me just getting as much as I can. Now, granted, I didn't kill a lot because that's the name of the game. You got to get more lucky than anything.
Yeah.
And but that's kind of how I found my time a little bit.
Okay, so from the perspective of a baseball player, and we'll get into, you went on and have played pro baseball in our plan, but from the perspective of a baseball player, even if it's a Christmas break, or a free weekend here or there, maybe in the spring, or waiting for the season to get over, what's the value of going hunting, getting away, sitting in a deer stand, being in the woods? Like, what does it mean to you? What does it do for you being able to participate, even if it's a small amount, fitting it in?
I mean, honestly, for me, it's a great way for me to clear my head. I mean, I love the outdoors, whether I just go sit and listen to everything. I grew up in the time era where social media was not as big, but now it's huge. And I'm a big, social media is the root of all of our problems now. And it is like good. I mean, there's good to it and there's a lot of bad to it. But just knowing I can go and sit in the woods with or without a gun, with a duck call, with whatever it is, it really just helps me clear my mind knowing that, hey, this is still out here no matter what. I'll always have it. And now I have people like my fiance's Nana. She likes to go hunting with me from time to time, and it's amazing because she's a huge hunter. I mean, it all just works out for me. And I'm telling you, being in those woods, it helps me clear my mind a lot.
So it's a little bit like a reset button almost.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
That's neat. All right. So for baseball, Meridian Community College, then it's getting drafted, right? So what was that like? Walk us through what that experience was like and how it happened.
Dude, honestly, it happens so fast because in college ball, you don't have time to breathe. I mean, when it's spring, you're full go. It doesn't matter what you're doing. And because we had a great spring team. I mean, that team was really good. I think literally everybody either signed to another college or got drafted. I mean, everybody was that good. It was awesome. Towards the end, we had a playoff stint, and we had a chance to win it. Unfortunately, we didn't win it. We were one pitcher short, whatever. Towards the end of it, that's kind of, I started getting a bunch of phone calls like, hey, this thing may happen. Just be on the lookout, blah, blah, blah. And then that's when my coach, Dylan Suddeth, was like, hey, no matter what, you have a home here. And in my mind, that made me feel like, hey, I don't have to go that route.
Pressure was off.
Pressure was completely off.
Yeah.
All the weights was lifted off my shoulders. I said, man, it's really nice to know. It's nice to – now, he didn't say, hey, I need you to stay here another year. He just said, you do what you want, man. It's your choice.
Even though he might have been thinking.
Without a doubt.
I'd love for him to come back another year.
and parts of me wish, what if, the what ifs, I don't have regrets in my life, but the what if I went back one more year? Yeah. But that's always there. So it was nice knowing that, hey, I don't have to come back. He's letting me be a man and make my own decision. I got to make my bed with it, however it plays out. And eventually I got the phone call, and I was weighing the pros and cons. I said, man, I really just want to get this thing started. And so I accepted it, signed, and well, now here I am.
And the rest is history, as they say. So who drafted you?
In high school, it was the Milwaukee Brewers.
Okay.
I turned that down.
Okay.
And then I got drafted again, JUCO, with the Miami Marlins.
Marlins draft you. 11th round, is that what I read?
Yes, sir.
How many rounds? So what year was that?
That was in 2018.
18.
Yes, sir.
So thankfully, it was prior to the COVID year when the MLB draft got condensed down to like 5 rounds. You came on before that normal draft, which a normal draft is how many rounds?
40.
So you got 40 rounds. You're up there in round 11. That's a really nice spot.
It is.
For a guy who you weren't 3 or 4 years deep into college and you decided to go ahead and start your pro career. So that transition from Meridian to being a minor league baseball player in a pro organization, what was that transition like?
I tell you what, it was hard. Luckily, a former teammate of mine, Milton Smith, he was our center fielder, got drafted with me to the Miami Marlins. And I felt bad because when he got drafted, the first thing I did, I called him. I said, hey, man, you going to take it? I didn't say congratulations, nothing. Because I was so excited that my teammate got drafted with me and we had the possibility of going to play pro ball together. That's amazing. And luckily, he ended up signing. He had a great career. And at first, he was succeeding. And I was not. I was in a big struggle bus. I couldn't hit, couldn't do nothing. It's like everything was going wrong for me. And me and him were roommates. And I remember him saying, he was like, you can't worry about what happened. You got to let it go and just play the next day. He was like, just think about it like in college. In college, we all competed against each other. He said, it's still the same. You're competing against me, so step it up. Basically gave me a pep talk.
Yeah.
And man, next thing I know, I was out hitting them. I was out hitting everybody on the team. I'm not a guy to say I was doing better than everybody else. We're all one. And ended up 80 or 60 games in, I got the talk of possibly winning MVP for the Gulf Coast League is what I was in.
Okay.
And I was like, well, heck yeah, I'm about to try to win this thing. Ended up winning it. And then got promoted to the Batavia Mutt Dogs up in New York, the Penn League.
Okay.
And then that was it. That was the end of my first season as a pro baseball player.
And which ended with MVP of your league, getting promoted to the next level, and then having to go from so on Gulf Coast League, you were in what city?
I was in Jupiter, Florida.
So you're in Florida, which is Florida. It's still the South. You're not far from home. Now you're going to New York. Culture shock at all, maybe?
Absolutely. Yeah, the people up north are different.
Different.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Any hunting opportunities in New York in the Penn League?
Yes. Probably not in the right way, but yes. We had a bunch of guys who were, because in the culture like that, everybody is from everywhere. Okay. So you have some people in the South, some people in the North, some people West, some people East. I mean, it's really just a big culture shock because you don't know who you're going to get. I had a roommate who was from Venezuelan. He was a Venezuelan guy. And you just never know. So we tried to, but we had to go through the right steps. And in New York, as most people down here probably know, the laws up there are ridiculously hard to get past. So we couldn't do much, but we tried to a little bit.
Yeah. Make you appreciate, from an outdoorsman perspective, what it's like at home here in Mississippi.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Not much of a comparison.
Good food. They had decent food.
Yeah.
It's nothing like the South. I'll take the South's food any day.
Yeah,
but it was decent food, so
Sure.
it was a plus.
Yeah. Okay. And so as you're making your way up and through, the minor league system for the Marlins, how far did you go?
I went all the way to AAA.
All right. So
Literally just the level below major leagues. I was almost there.
What, how would you describe trying to hit that level of pitching? That, I didn't do it. I was a football guy and have always just been a baseball fan and loved it. And that to me has been the recurring theme you talk to people is hitting the pitching at that level is just, it's something you can't quite describe, or it's hard to describe. How would you describe it?
It is hard, but college, high school, the only difference is people in the higher levels, they can command their pitches a lot more. And everybody said it when I was in rookie league and I was making my way up from low A to high A to double A, now triple A. And everybody was telling me it's going to get more command. They're gonna be able to locate their fastball anywhere they want to. They're going to locate their slider, their curveball, whatever they want to do. They're going to do it because that's how good they are because they practice it.
Yeah,
and that's the biggest thing. Because in rookie ball, when you get drafted, you face major league arms every day. This kid might be in rookie ball, but he's still throwing 98 at you. It's a major league arm.
Yeah,
But honestly, there was really no difference. You kind of, like I said, today's technology, you have exactly what the kid's throwing, what it looks like. You have it on camera, what it's gonna do. It has RPM, dude. I can get into everything when it comes to that stuff.
How about that?
It's unreal,
Yeah.
and that was it because you basically did homework after the night. After you get done playing, you go home, you study the picture the next day, and you come ready to freaking attack them and hit them hard. And I was a very, very aggressive guy, and I had very aggressive coaches, so it panned out perfect. But that's all it is, just command. Some pitchers are filthy, and you're just not going to hit them. But that's the name of the game. Baseball's all about failure. And I tell you what, I failed a lot. So.
Well, that's it, right? Like, 300 hitter, at the pro level, you're flirting with the Hall of Fame, and that's a 3 out of what? 3 out of 10.
Yeah. You get 7 outs out of 10, you're a Hall of Famer. It's the craziest thing ever.
Yeah, it's really something. Okay, and so now back home, and it's the Mississippi Mud
Monsters.
Mud Monsters.
That's it.
So tell me about the Mud Monsters.
So they took over the Mississippi Braves, which was affiliated with the Atlanta Braves. They finally went back to Georgia, where I think they should have been. Now the Mud Monsters come and play, and it's a frontier league, which a lot of people ask, are you still pro? Are you still – yes and no. They're affiliated with Major League Baseball, so that means I could be playing with them, and then if – who knows, the Padres call me and say, hey, this kid's been showing out. Yeah. We want to sign him. They're going to be like, okay, perfect. You just got to buy him out of his contract, and I'll be back in the pro baseball world, which is tough to explain because a lot of people don't really know the side of baseball. When they think you get drafted, they automatically think you're on the major league team. It definitely don't work like that. I wish it did. It'd be nice. But so they reached out to me, asked me, like, look, I know you're a home kid. We think it'd be cool if you play at home. And honestly, this might be the first time I've said it, even on air. I don't even think I've told my parents this. It might be my last year of playing. So I would love to play at home, kind of give everybody who hasn't seen me in 8 years, because I've been in Florida, New York, whatever, just to give them a sight. Like, hey, this is probably my last season. Let's enjoy it and just see where God takes me.
Well, and a pretty nice ballpark to play in.
It's very nice.
For sure there. Trustmark Park, where the Mississippi Braves played all those years. So the Mud Monsters, the Frontier League, is it a 2025 thing? Is it a 2026 thing? Is it happening right now? Like, what's the time frame on that?
Yeah, it's happening right now. April 25th we'll go and do our physicals and everything like that. April 26th, we'll practice. In my opinion, I think we started practice a little late because we have a game May 8th. But, new league, new staff, new coaches, everything. So I can see how it's pretty tough to start practicing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's happening pretty quick. I mean, here in the next, 2-3 weeks, I'll be playing.
Yeah,
So,
that's awesome. You know, and I wonder too, I'm just trying to think of it from your perspective. You know, the sport at any level, any sport at any level, there's an element of fun. You know, you're playing because you enjoy it. When you get into it as a kid, you're 3 years old in the yard, you fall in love with it because it's fun, you know? And then as you go, I would imagine the higher you go, sometimes there's more pressure, or you place more pressure on yourself, or you are one step away from the major leagues and that kind of thing. And I just wonder if, you know, this is an opportunity for you to play at home, a few miles from where you grew up, where all your people are, and to sort of just let go and have fun and play baseball. Am I right in that maybe that's an element of it for you?
Most definitely. You know, earlier I kind of said I have no regrets. I got a regret, I guess you could say. In pro ball, I think I took it for granted of me playing a child's game, and I never really stopped and looked around. Not saying I didn't, but I wish I would have done it more. And I put a lot of pressure on myself because I know it's a business. And whatever they're going to decide, it's a business move, and you got to live with it. It don't matter. And so I put more pressure on myself. Man, I don't want to screw up. Instead of just be like, dude, I'm traveling place to place, playing a kid's game, getting paid while doing this. And I never really stopped and took it in. And I hate that about it because I wish I would have. But now, yes, I'm in that mindset of it is my last season. As of right now, it could change. Somebody might offer me a ton of money. I'll be like, yeah, you know what? Let's give it another shot.
Sure.
But so, yeah, as of right now, I'm in my last season. So I'm going to stop, look around, hang out with the family, hang out with the friends, and hang out with my teammates, and hopefully win a bunch of ball games in the process.
Yeah, that's really cool. All right, so if it all kicks up sort of end of April, first game early May, has that given you a chance to turkey hunt a little bit maybe this spring?
It has. There's going to be a point where we're home for a little bit and then away for a little bit. So I think when we're home for a little bit, we have a little break. I might try to give me and my old high school coach, Blake Bird, he's a big turkey hunter. That's who I go with most of the time. Yeah. Hopefully give us a chance to maybe go shoot a turkey.
Yeah. And, of course, eat that good Mississippi food that we were talking about.
Most definitely.
Well, all right, to go back to that, you mentioned, okay, you were in New York in the Penn League early in your pro career. Food's good but different. So how is it different? Like what kind of –
Dude, they don't add seasoning.
Really?
They have no seasoning in their food. And I asked them one time, I said, hey, man, I need some salt or something, salt and pepper. And it's like I asked them for something out of the ordinary. That's the only difference. They just don't add seasoning. There's a lot of pizza up there. I would never expect that. There's a lot of Italian pizza up there, and it's okay.
It's
okay.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just no seasoning. Down here, we're going to season.
Okay. We're going to season.
We're going to season.
Spicy, hot.
Whatever it is. It's all good to me.
Yeah, that's great. It's really neat to kind of hear your journey, and to think about, I think for a lot of people, maybe like myself and others listening, to dream about that. Maybe we didn't get to have that opportunity of getting drafted and go play pro ball and wondering how you balance all that out. But it sounds like, too, for you, from an outdoor perspective, you met someone. You mentioned your fiance. She's a hunter. Like, she's avid.
She can be. She done got out of it a little bit because I guess me and her nana done kind of taken over the ropes. And so I go with her nana more than her. But she'll every now and again she'll jump out of bed, be like, all right, let's go kill something.
Yeah,
and I love it.
So that's part of it too, though, isn't it? Like, not only you meet people in baseball, you meet people in hunting and in the outdoors, but when you can share it with a friend or somebody you love, there's sort of another level of enjoyment.
It is.
You would say?
Oh, it really is. Bunch of my friends are hunters, and dude, we talk about it all the time. Hey, we want to go duck hunting, blah blah blah. Because I got some family up in Arkansas. They said, hey, let's go duck hunting. I said, dude, all we got to do, I got to make a phone call, and then we can go. And that's what I really like, just hunting with the friends. And even if it's deer hunting, you're 2 miles in the other direction. It's still fun to me. When I hear a gunshot, now I'm texting you, hey, did you get something? That's a thrill that a lot of people don't get, and I'm glad I can get it.
What about, okay, you use the word thrill. Anybody listening to this that, is a hunter, the hair standing up on the back of your neck when the turkey gobbles, or, that buck walks out and now he's in that lane and you got a shot, that heartbeat that, gets up there. You've hit home runs and, and base clearing doubles and in front of big crowds at a high level in front of scouts. How does that adrenaline rush compare baseball to the sport of hunting?
Honestly, the sport of the hunting, the thrill is like no other.
Really?
I've always been told from my great grandfather to my grandfather and my uncle, my dad, if a buck walks out, even if a doe walks out and you're all of a sudden not shaking, you have no fun in that sport, because I think outdoors is a sport. Some people say different, but I think so. You have no fun in the sport, and you just need to pack it up and go home, because
time to do something else.
Yeah, it's not a thrill for you no more.
Yeah.
And every time a deer, a turkey, or something, I get the shakes, and I gotta calm myself, and then easily squeeze that trigger. And dude, I'm telling you, that's a thrill of no other.
How about that? So you still get the shakes.
Absolutely. No doubt.
What about in baseball? Did you ever get to a point where the nerves or nervousness sort of went away in baseball?
I did. Probably in the year 2022, I was in high A, got moved up to double A. It was a big year for me. Had a fantastic year. 2022, we actually won the championship in double A, which was really fun. The nerves, because you play 140 games out of the season.
Yeah.
So nerves are eventually just going to go away,
It's a little bit more like going to work.
Correct. And dude, there was times like big situations come up. I either succeed or fail, and then 10 minutes later, I'm like, what just happened? Like, I don't even know it, because I guess I'm just so locked in. I don't even think about it, because I've practiced this my whole life as a pro. Hey, this is what I do. I'm just going to go out there and do it. Whether I succeed, fail, I'm going to give it my best and see what happens. And that's just how it is. So, yeah, the nerves just kind of went away for me.
I have always, wondered what was the best way to frame that up. Why so many athletes and baseball players, why so many are avid hunters, or and in some cases fishermen. And it's starting to kind of add up for me a little bit. And I think it's the guys like you that, you play for a decade in pro baseball and cities all over the place and different levels, that you play so many games that eventually it can become a little bit like going to work, but sitting in a deer stand, or you're in a blind or you blow that duck call and here they come and here go the heartbeat and here go the nerves. That adrenaline rush is something that even athletes at the highest level, you're still looking for it, and you find it in the outdoors. It's really cool to think about.
It is. It really is. So I don't know. I guess, honestly, I don't know. It is crazy.
Well, and I know Scooter is your friend. You go to Scooter Wiley here from Mississippi Outdoors TV, and he helped us get in touch with you and connected us, and y'all go to church together. I know that he's someone too that, probably would be happy to take you under his wing and take you on a turkey hunting trip.
Oh, I would love for him to offer up, because when he offers, I'm taking it.
You hear that, Scooter?
There's no doubt.
He's ready to go. Davis, it's really a pleasure to meet you. I look forward to watching you play baseball. I'm going to come down and watch you and the Mississippi Mud Monsters in a few weeks and kind of see what it's like. Good luck with everything. I hope it goes well.
I appreciate it. Yeah, please let me know. I can try to get you some tickets, and hopefully we can set everything up.
That'd be great. Maybe even bring Scooter along.
Please do.
Okay.
I'm going to ask him about some turkey hunting.
We'll do it. Davis, thank you. He is Davis Bradshaw, baseball player, pro player here in Mississippi, who loves the outdoors just like you do. Thanks for listening. We'll see you outdoors.